Hey guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot here. So this is a subscriber's request to do a reading into the Strictly Come Dancing chaos that has been erupting in the UK over the past couple of weeks. There have been a number of allegations of abuse made against the professional dancers that have come to light. And the person leading the charge, so to speak, is actress Amanda Abbington. So Amanda Abbington over in the UK, she is a phenomenal actress. If you guys know, she's been in a number of various things. One thing that I know of her, one thing that she's been in that I know of her for sure is not Doctor Who, Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch, the BBC series. Dr. Watson, who the actor who plays Dr. Watson, she also appeared in that, and that's her husband in real life, but they've since divorced. But even though they've divorced, apparently her ex-husband has even come out in support of her. You know, Zara McDermott of Love Island and Made in Chelsea was also a performer, and she came out with abuse allegations. Apparently, her professional partner kicked her during rehearsals, and he's been fired, whereas Amanda Abbington's partner has been suspended pending further investigations. I think the BBC even wanted to turn over footage, unseen footage of their rehearsals to her, and apparently her dance partner Giovanni Pernice has put a stop to it. So there's a lot going on. So I just wanted to do this reading just to look at the energies around this. Like, what's going to happen to Strictly Come Dancing? They want to put on another series. Is there any truth to the allegations? Let's look into that, okay? So Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels of the highest frequency and light, please protect myself, please protect and bless those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest vibration, of the highest frequency, of the highest accuracy. Shine light into the nuances of this situation that we may be missing. All right, let's get into this. So, ooh, the moon reverse. So this was the first card that jumped out, and it jumped out to the side here. Oops, sorry guys, I kicked my camera. So I'll take it. So I would say with the moon coming through reverse, the moon talks about things that are hidden, and it's saying it's time for them to come to light. Now, another message that I'm getting with this as well is that we are in retrograde season. So we're in retrograde season, and we had a quite powerful 8-8 portal as well. So I feel that particularly with the 8-8 portal and with Mercury retrograde, there are lots of things that may have happened in the past, or information that people have been sitting on, that they've decided it's about time to come out and speak about it. And I'm being told the phrase, air my truth. I'm being told the phrase, take a burden off my heart as to what I've been putting up with. Those are the phrases I'm being told. Let's see what else comes through. And then I'm just setting the general energies. I'm setting the scene, and then I'll go into Amanda Abbington, and then I'll go to Giovanni Pernice. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, to just see what the energies are between them. There was, with the Fool energy, I'm picking up that there was sort of like a reckless energy behind the scenes. People turned a blind eye and anything goes. I'm being told the word big shot. Like some of the dancers, not all. You can't paint all the professional dancers with the same brush. That's not fair. But I'm being told that some of them particularly thought that they were, I guess the bee's knees is a phrase, like they thought that they were bigger than God, like they thought that they were unstoppable, they thought that they could do anything with this Fool energy, they could charm anyone, they could be anyone. If someone was paired, it's interesting, they're showing me this so vividly and clearly. If someone like a celebrity was paired with them, it was like the celebrity was put in a position where the celebrity was lucky to even be in the same room as them. The ego is that they're showing me is astronomical. I am quite surprised by this. Now, I'm not a Strictly Come Dancing watcher. I'm not really particular about it. I did watch it in the year that Debbie McGee was on, because I thought that her dancing was phenomenal, because she has a dance background. So I did watch that, but I haven't watched it since. But yeah, so with the Fool energy and the moon, it's almost as if they thought that they could act however they wanted to act and get away with it. I'm being told that their behavior was particularly reckless. Like it was all with this explosion in the background here that they're walking towards. It was only a matter of time before the lid exploded off this, and everything was going to be revealed, is what I'm being told. And I'm being told here, and oh gosh, let me just say this, all messages are alleged until proven fact. on this reading and for all readings on my channel. I'm also being told that people on the BBC staff have tried to raise the alarm or raise warnings on various circumstances and situations that have happened. But apparently they're telling me senior people or those above were giving them instruction to just paper over the cracks and carry on, right? So I'm picking up on that as well. Okay, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, anything else? Before we go into Amanda Abbington. I'm not sure how much they get paid on this show. I really don't know. But the thing is, a lot of celebrities just bury their heads and they put up with it. And I feel it's because the money is so good, or because it gives them an opportunity to relaunch or rebrand their careers. Like, there's a lot riding on this, and they're showing me celebrities being put under a lot of pressure as well. So even though people complain, and a lot of people complain, and they're showing me there's people comparing notes on their experience. That's happening now. But a lot of times, these celebrities are just putting their heads down, putting up with it. They're gritting their teeth. They're bearing it. They're putting on a show because they're showing me here there are lots of brand deals. There are lots of agency deals in the background. So it's over and above just them dancing. There's a lot that's of business deals, of things that are going on in the background that's hanging off this, that's dependent on this. They're telling me that there's a whole business that's going on outside of what you see on camera, of the dancing you see happening. Yeah, below the deck, 8 of Swords. This is really sad. This is absolutely really sad. You know, people feeling powerless to talk out or to come out and say anything. If they come out and say anything, it's the BBC. What does BBC stand for? British Broadcast. What does the C stand for? Is it corporation? But the BBC over in the UK is huge. Could you imagine, like, every single household that has a TV needs to pay their TV license in the UK to support the BBC. And this is what is, you know, so they're a huge institution. And I think even like when it came to the Queen passing away, I think it's even the BBC who got the rights to break that news first, I believe. Remember Hugh Edwards, and then it turns out that Hugh Edwards got arrested for paedophilia. Well, that's another, oh God, could I say that word? Oh, well, we have to look into that. But yeah, so it's a lot of celebrities being afraid to come out. Can you imagine Zara McDermott of Love Island getting kicked by her partner and didn't come out at the time, and it's only because there's an investigation being done that this got revealed. Like, they put up with a lot of stuff and they feel, oh yeah, look at that, that's the Tower. That's what I was saying, that's the energy I was channeling. It's only because a lot of this stuff is coming out now that, you know, and we haven't even heard the worst of the allegations, is what I'm being told. We haven't heard the worst. Okay, so that's the energy we have so far. So a lot of the allegations are true. Not all of them, though. Not all of the dancers are involved in this. But yeah, I am really surprised. They're really showing it to me from the dancers' perspective and what they've gone through. Yeah, and there's so much more that a lot of people could say that they're not saying. A lot of people are just looking on this situation and keeping their peace. Some people just don't want to get involved at all, you know, because they don't want it to jeopardize any future TV deals or brand deals or anything like that if they come out and say anything. And can I just say, with this energy as well, they're telling me, so we're going into Amanda Abbington's energy. So they're saying with this, even with Amanda Abbington, I think she's in some West End show, and she has been receiving death threats and so on because she came out about this. And some people just don't want the ag. You know, it's a really sad energy. I can't believe this. But let's go into Amanda Abbington. So this side would be Amanda Abbington. This side would be Giovanni Pernice. And we'll just look at their energy dynamics when they were on Strictly Come Dancing. We just look at their energy dynamic. That's a theme tune apparently for Strictly Come Dancing. Okay. I'm going to split the deck in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're just looking at the energy between Amanda and Giovanni. That's Amanda's energy. Was she, because guys, you would know this, some of you may know this better than me, was she offered a settlement? Hang on a minute. Let's choose another deck. Amanda and Giovanni, just one moment, guys. You know what I think is really interesting? She's coming through as a queen, he is coming through as a king, and they're both of cups. She is telling the truth though. She is, at least she believes she's telling her truth. And she would tell that truth, even if it means her being ostracized, even if it damages her career, even if it does all of these things. And she does feel that it has. She feels that it has. She feels that she's a pariah, which is what we mentioned earlier. With the Queen of Cups, we're seeing a woman who is really in emotional turmoil, in emotional trauma. That's what I'm picking up on here. For Giovanni's side, I'm picking up, it's interesting, his energy, doesn't make any sense to me. I'm picking up someone in love with themselves. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm picking up someone who's in love with themselves, with the Ace of Swords, who, it's like he just wants to move on from this. He feels betrayed by it all. He feels betrayed by it all. But I do see someone here with narcissistic tendencies. Someone here who could cause a lot of trouble, could cause a lot of disruption, but they pretend it's not them or it doesn't have anything to do with them. But he feels betrayed here. I think the BBC needs to be quite careful with Giovanni though, because what I'm picking up from these cards here, these two aces, it's almost as if certain behavior, you know, when you act, and what they're showing me is that if someone acts out in a particular way, and if the powers that be at the time don't say anything is wrong, they're in a way condoning and supporting that behavior. You know, and that's what I'm getting with this Chariot. It's like, no one told me anything, no one told me to stop, no one said this was inappropriate, no one, and I'm just channeling someone's energies. This is not how I think, right? Before people get busy on their keyboards, I'm not saying this is what I think. I'm channeling his energy. This is his perspective. They're letting me know his thoughts. So that is the reason why he feels betrayed by the BBC and he feels betrayed by all of this. Which is the reason why when Amanda is asking for tapes to be released of their rehearsals, he's blocked it. Some people are saying the blocking is an admission of guilt, but Giovanni doesn't view it that way. He's viewing it as things being seen and taken out of context. That's what he's viewing it as. They're giving me that quite strongly. So let's see the energy between them. I didn't expect to see that. I expected to see, you know, him. I expected it to be more clear-cut than that. Yeah, again, the Three of Pentacles, it's like people were told to turn up, what to do, how to act, and everyone is just cooperating and following the script and the directives as best they can. That is the thing. It's like Amanda could say that she didn't like it and it made her feel away, and I'm really picking up the energies, particularly with this Queen of Cups. It's quite palpable. You know, she is being very vulnerable when it comes to her truth and her experience against Giovanni. But what I'm picking up here is that the BBC, again, they're giving me Russell Brand as an example, where Russell Brand was accused of being a deviant and a pest and that sort of thing. But as I said, in fact, I'll link that Russell Brand reading above and in the description box below. But as I said in that Russell Brand reading, ITV, BBC, Channel 4, all those big media news corporations knew what he was like, and they turned a blind eye and in a way condoned the behavior. And it was up to, you know, so if people around you are condoning the behavior, then you continue acting like that, you know, and that's what this Three of Pentacles is representing here. Let's see what's happening in the background. What time am I on? Yeah, I have a little bit of time. Oh, they did. How did this come about, these allegations coming out? I wonder. There is something about a chance encounter, a chance conversation. Was it leaked? There was, I think, The aspect people are not looking at regarding this, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the High Priestess. It's interesting this part of it has stayed out of the press, but what I'm picking up from these energies here is that there was an attempt to suppress this coming out. There was an attempt in the background by the BBC. You know, there were negotiations happening as to, you know, no, this didn't happen to you, or, you know, to try and, in fact, it's gaslighting. Gaslighting is the best way I can find to do it. And interestingly enough, that gaslighting, because this energy and the shutting down of people and their allegations, this is coming out on Giovanni's side. So it appears as if the BBC had the position of protecting these dancers. Even when the allegations came out, they still wanted to protect the dancers. And that directive with this High Priestess energy came from above. This Wheel of Fortune energy is really interesting. It's as if, and people may view this as a, take this how you will, but what they're telling me with this Wheel of Fortune energy, it's talking, at the beginning of this year, I talked about celebrity and the veneer of celebrity breaking down. And I feel that they are going to be, you know, and this is all part and parcel of the Great Awakening, okay? It's all part and parcel of the Great Awakening. It's talking about putting the wrongs to rights. It's talking about injustices that have been, people who haven't been able to receive their justice, to receive their day in court. It's as if the way the world is turning, and as the energy vibration of the collective increases as part of the awakening, this is it's as if this is a byproduct of that. You know, these sorts of things previously hidden coming to light. And they're reminding me that we did say this at the beginning of this year, that we'll be having, 2024 is going to be a bumpy ride. There's going to be a lot of this happening. And they're saying that this is part and parcel and an example of that. So let's see what's coming up in the future with Amanda and Giovanni. I just saw a judgment card there, so there are more people who are going to come forward. You know what I think is interesting about this? It's called Dancing with the Stars, and my spirit guides are so cheeky. This is called Dancing with the Stars, and the stars has come through reverse. I think the show with the Death card is going to eventually end. I think the show is going to eventually end. I also think with the Empress energy, I wouldn't be surprised if Amanda and a few other celebrities, whether they come together and they receive a payout, there is something they're telling me about their contracts, which means that there's only so much that they can do. But I wouldn't be surprised with the BBC being a public corporation. British Broadcasting, I think it's corporation that the C stands for. Like, we can't have our being taxed just to own a TV, and you are owned by the general public and you're carrying on with the shenanigans. You know, eventually they may be carrying on with another series, but with the star card reverse, this is going to come to a slow end. This show is going to come to a very slow end. It's as if we've seen too much behind the scenes for the show to continue. So at some point, the show is going to come to a stop and a halt. Another message that they're giving me as well is that the BBC with the hangman, yeah, I did see this hangman. Yeah, there we go, we have the justice card. Yeah, so we have the justice. That's the thing. This is what I was talking about. This is karma. To have the justice and the Wheel of Fortune in this reading, it's things being corrected. It's what has been happening in the dark with a lot of this deceit and people feeling that they've gotten away with things. Things are coming to light now. But what I wanted to say very lastly with this hangman energy, it's a matter that the BBC took too long to get in front of this, took too long to really take the right actions to ensure that people who were coming out as victims were being heard. Somebody really botched this up, basically. And they allowed it to get and run in the press for too long before getting in front of the story. So with the star card reverse, it's as if your reputation as a show has already been tarnished. That's what they're saying. So the show is eventually going to come to an end. But Amanda is going to get her day. Like, she is going to come out on top in this situation. This is her, basically. And what's going to happen to Giovanni? And what's going to happen to Giovanni? He may want to send legal papers, or he may want to sue the BBC. There's something, I think he's looking at it from a legal angle. That's what he's looking at it from. Yeah, he's trying to figure out what to do at this point. But I don't. There he is. Yeah, it's as if there is something about him where his cards and his energy doesn't look too bad. It really doesn't look too bad. So it's either he gets some settlement or he sends some legal notice or some threat, quote unquote, to the BBC, and he gets paid out or a hush settlement or something along those lines. But he doesn't come out too badly from this, is what I'm seeing. Okay, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye for now.